248-539-9797 is the telephone number. Lions back in action tonight. Preseason game number 2. I don't really know what to expect. I imagine we'll see maybe a little bit more from the at least I'm going to be looking more at the running backs. That was kind of the showcase in game 1. Watching some of the league last night and some of the highlights last night, Samaje Perine got hurt for the Redskins. That's the second running back for them to go down. Darius Guy's out for the year with the ACL, and then Perine leaves the game last night. Don't know how serious it is, but I got to think that the thought or the prospects of the Lions perhaps trading one of the running backs just got even better, if that's what they want to do. We talked about it earlier in the week. If they can, if they could move a Riddick or Abdullah, and I think it's a big game. We didn't see Riddick in game 1, so it's a big game here tonight if these guys play to show what they've got. It seemed like due to some quotes earlier in the year from Amir Abdullah, kind of complaining about the number of touches that he had last season and how
that was on a
podcast.
podcast.
Yeah, trying to get going, but it's hard to get going. You're only touching the ball 7 times a game or whatever it was. Maybe he's got a chip on his shoulder, so maybe he's playing for something. He looked pretty good in game 1, and I expect him to hopefully look as good in game 2.
I got to tell you, I'll watch the running games. I'll watch it all today. Again, you don't take too much out of it. I think if Kerryon Johnson and Amir Abdullah look good once again, I think as a Lions fan, you're borderline happy. You're like, hey, listen, the running game could be okay this year. And that's saying a lot considering how bad it was last year. But as far as guys that I don't want to see play, LeGarrette Blount, you don't need to play. I know who you are. You're good. Take 2 weeks off. Matthew Stafford, go to Jamaica. Go to Costa Rica. You and Kelly, I think Kelly's about to have another kid. Go prepare for that. I don't need to see you either. Golden Tate almost got hurt in game 1. Don't need to see you. Love you, buddy. Marvin Jones, don't need to see you. I don't need to see any of these guys. I don't want anybody to get hurt. I would put everybody. I heard Bogey and Wojo talking about this. I'd put the whole damn team in bubble wrap.
Well, that's one way to do it. I myself, when it comes to Stafford, probably wouldn't play him tonight. If I did, it would be for a series, and that'd be it. And my reasoning is because I think he's had enough kind of live bullet action, if you will, with playing against the Giants in practice this week for a couple of days, playing against the Raiders last week for a couple of days. I think that's probably a lot. You're more better served, and you learn more about yourself and about how you're running things than you would in a preseason game when you get one series. I mean, you're locked in practice going against whatever you want to go against. I kind of like the idea that they're practicing against other teams because it should prepare you better. And one of the reasons why it would prepare you better, particularly if you're a quarterback, because in practice the quarterbacks do wear the red jerseys and you're not allowed to touch the quarterbacks. So if you're going to scrimmage against other teams and practice with other teams, I think it's a safer environment than if you throw them out there tonight where the Giants can be pinning the ears back and just going for it because they got guys trying to make the team and trying to make an impression.
And that's what I hate about preseason football, because of all the preseason games, exhibition games of any sport, it's the most detrimental to a team if a key player gets injured. And every time you play a preseason game, there's that chance. Now, I know what you're saying. You can get injured at practice. You can get injured walking across the street, get hit by a car. But to me, if you can prevent these guys being on the field, being in the line of firing, there is no way you play these guys. There's no way. Hell, if you don't play Matt Stafford the entire preseason, he'd be fine. He knows what he's doing. He's done this quite some time. I think he's going to be okay. The rust will be off, and if it's not by halftime of game 1 against the Jets, it will be off. There's the other thought, too, that fans are coming for the first time to Ford Field under the Matt Patricia era, that Matt Patricia might feel some kind of pressure to play Stafford for the hometown fans. That's silly, stupid. You don't play him. It's that easy. Do not play. If you decide to go to the game today, you know what you're getting yourself into. It's a game where you see a lot of backups. That's cool.
Yeah, you should know because it's preseason football. You have no idea how long somebody's going to be in the game, if they're going to be in the game at all. I'm kind of with you on that. 248-539-9797. John is in Baltimore, New Baltimore. John, welcome to 97 on the ticket.
Hi, good morning, gentlemen.
Hey, John.
Hey, John.
Three quick points. One, I think if we do play Stafford, I think we should only play him one series only, and that's it. Second quick point is the cheerleaders. I'm appreciative that we have cheerleaders these days. I don't think we talk enough about these ladies. So just wanted to show our appreciation to our cheerleaders. Right. And point number three, I just wanted to get your thoughts real quick. How do you guys feel about playing a mirror with the number ones to kind of help boost his trade value?
Would you do that?
Me personally, I would.
Okay, because for that reason, because you think it increases trade value. Well, frankly,
I thought we saw that in Game 1. I thought he played a lot with the ones in Game 1. Well, the game with the ones that played,
because they had LeGarrette Blount play actually a couple series. But I would say that I would like to see a lot of Amir Abdullah tonight. And thanks for the call and for reasons I gave earlier with the just looking at the Washington Redskins. When Redskins went out and drafted Darius Geis, and he gets hurt in training camp, and then or in the first preseason game, and then you go out and you still have Pirine, the backup running back, and he gets hurt last night. Redskins are hurting, man. They need running backs. So that's at least one team that could use a running back. And the Lions seem like, if you look at it, okay, LeGarrette Blount, Kerryon Johnson, Theo Riddick, Amir Abdullah, Zach Zenner, Dwayne Washington. Someone's going to be the odd man out. Some of it will just be talent-wise, but someone's going to be the odd man out because they have just a plethora, and it's a surplus, and they have an opportunity to make a trade. And, yeah, I'd play Amir Abdullah an awful lot tonight.
And they did in Game 1, and he looked good. So
he did.
Hopefully that's the same outcome after Game 2. Like, Gator, I want to so bad. Like, I woke up this morning, and I'm like, oh, wow, we have real college football next week.
This is after you were thinking about me?
Yeah. So I went back to bed at 4 in the morning after thinking about you. It was easy. And I wake up again at like 7. I'm coming into work today, and I start thinking about football. We are so close. We're on the precipice. Like next week, next Saturday, there's real college football. It's not great marquee teams, but there's real college football. So tonight, I'm like, oh, the Lions play today. It's something to watch. We're so damn close. We're so close to not ever having to talk about, at least for a full season, talk about topics like this, like will Stafford play? What's the preseason mean? We are so close. I can't wait. We're so close.
Yeah, we're 2 weeks away from Michigan State playing. It's going to be great.
Close.
Karsch and Anderson inbox. It's preseason. I don't care if he plays not one snap all preseason. He's good. Stafford doesn't need it.
Absolutely.
That's from Curtis. Jesse the mailman says if the Lions are consistent with the Patriot way, Stafford will play in the first half, just like Brady. Well, it's different because Brady didn't have the opportunity to practice against other NFL teams during the last 2 weeks like Stafford has. So I'm not convinced Stafford's going to play. Stafford does not need to play tonight, just for a series or two in Game 3. That's it. Kevin at work. Ken in Clinton Township says Stafford better play. Brady played a half. Stafford hadn't won anything. Get out and play. Get better. I just want him to stay healthy, man. I really just want him to stay healthy. What if Stafford doesn't play at all in the preseason, then gets injured in week 1? Will people say, well, if he just played a little bit in the preseason, he wouldn't have gotten hurt now?
No,
nobody would say that.
No, not one person, I don't think.
Not one person alive would say that.
Yeah. No, that doesn't make sense.
Well, I'm sure somebody alive would say that.
Okay, fine. That person might.
It would be foolish to say that. Regular season, you get hurt in the regular season. What does that have to do with the preseason? We don't need to see Stafford right now. He's already playing in practice drills versus the Raiders and the Giants to work on his timing with his receivers. There's no reason to play him in games before the Jets. That's from Sean. I agree 100%. 248-539-9797 is the telephone number.